falsely accused your entire crew. I'll try to clear that up soon. But for now, I want to talk about Nico Robin.
What do you know?
When you first came to Water 7, did she start acting strangely?
Yeah, she did. She went into town that day and then never came back. By the next morning, she was the prime suspect in your attempted murder. When Sanji and Chopper finally saw her again, she said this was goodbye and wouldn't be a part of the crew anymore. Of course, none of that made any sense to us, so we decided to break into your mansion in hopes that we'd be able to see her one more time and find out the truth.
I did it to make my wish come true. One that can't happen as long as we're together. If you can't accept that, I'm sorry.
What kind of wish would force her to give up all of her friends?
I think I know the answer, actually. This probably started shortly after you lost sight of her for the first time.
CP9.
The government had begun its operation the moment she arrived. In other words, there's a good reason why your friend did what she did. But before I go into the details, I want you to understand that both Nico Robin and I have the means to revive an ancient weapon that is capable of destroying the entire world.
A weapon?
That's right.
It's me. We've hit a snag in the plan. Everyone head to the bedroom immediately. Don't shoot Iceberg yet.
Do you understand now? The blueprints that they found are fake. I don't care. I would rather die than hand over that information to the government. But now it's not that simple. If you've decided that you're going to help them, and you're searching for the poneglyphs yourself, then I have to do everything I can to stop you.
I understand your concern, but I'm only studying the poneglyphs to learn more about the history of the world. I don't care about the weapon.
You have to take responsibility! I told you this would happen, but you don't listen. Frankie, even if you weren't trying to, weapons are made to hurt people. Whether you want them to or not, they can hurt your friends. Even if you don't have malicious intent, your actions can still hurt people. If your curiosity for history leads to the destruction of the world, then you're better off dying right here and right now, Nico Robin. Even after seeing what happened to the devils of Ohara, you still want to walk this path?
You don't know a damn thing about Ohara! You have no idea how much the world government has warped my life. Do you hear me?
If you hate the government so much, then why help them?
Because I have a wish that I would sacrifice anything for. When I came to this town, CP9 presented me with two conditions. The first was to pin your assassination on the Straw Hats and leave their crew. The second was to turn myself over to the government and follow their every order without question.
You realize they won't let you live. You escaped them for 20 years. Why would you agree to something like that now?
In this particular instance, CP9 has been given permission to activate a buster call against the Straw Hats.
A buster call?
It's an emergency order that summons 5 vice admirals and 10 battleships to the same location. No matter how strong you are, no one can survive a full-scale military attack of that caliber. Under normal circumstances, only the 3 admirals and the head of the Navy, the Fleet Admiral, are allowed to exercise that kind of authority. However, this is a special case. Just this once, Admiral Aokiji has given CP9 the right to make the call. When I heard his name, I surrendered. If I hadn't agreed to their conditions, then me and the rest of the Straw Hats would have been annihilated. For the past 20 years, I've been able to run away and survive, no matter what the circumstance. But it's only because I had nothing to protect. because I was willing to betray others and use them as a shield. But not now. For the first time in all these years, I can't do that. They picked up the life I gave up on, returned the heart I lost, and continued the dreams that I no longer believed in. Even after all I've done, I found friends who will still believe in me.
I see. But then what is your wish?
That excluding me, all of the other Straw Hat pirates will be allowed to leave this island safely.
And as long as you have that, you don't care what happens to the rest of the world?
I don't.
I've heard all that I could take. In the end, I couldn't pull the trigger. She was willing.